Hello, my name is Helen. Welcome to a 30 and 30 abs workout. I am genuinely nervous about this. I think the abs are gonna die. There's a little bit of a bleed work in there as well, so sideways, but mostly abs. Look, generally I want all my workouts to be appropriate for all levels. For me, I'd like you to probably have some experience of exercises because I'm not really going to be able to give regressions because every exercise we only see once. So there's only really time for me to show you how to do it with technique, and we're moving on to another one. The way I'd say for a beginner is often we can actually modify ourselves. So just don't feel discouraged if you're doing this as a beginner and you think I can't do it all. It's kind of why it's designed for none. But let's come down to all fours, please. We're going to come down to the ground, fingertips facing in towards you, and just rock your hips backwards and forwards so you feel a little stretch in the forearms. So we are going to do a little warm up first before we get going. Every time we do an exercise, we're going to do it for 25 seconds. We do a set of 5 exercises, always different. And then we have a little break and go on to the next set of 5. Fingers forward, reach one arm up, thread it underneath, and then switch sides, up and under. Everything we do, I say there's not really regressions, but make sure you do, as I say, take breaks if you need. Modify yourself if you feel you need to. If something's not feeling right, have a little tweak. Knees down, plank, shoulder taps. Oh, that makes sense. Kind of plank, tap right hand to left hand to right shoulder. I'd recommend on the knees, just because, we're just warming up. And start to really think about the stability of your hips as you do this. And your shoulders being right over the wrist rather than hands out in front of you. Cat and cows, bring the knees in, arch your back and round your back. So a lot of this warm-up is just warming the body a little bit, obviously, warm up. And just starting to mobilize some muscles and activate some muscles that we're going to be using before we get going. Hovers from here. Just tuck your toes underneath you and then lift the knees up just a tiny bit, just for a beat, and then tap them back down. And then again, really almost think about coming to cat stretches to do this, so kind of like almost rounding your back. So you're scooping out your abs, you should feel your quads, your shoulders, your abs, and a little tap down. I'm going to scratch my forehead. Perfect. Crunches line your back, tuck your chin. Just a small crunch up and lower back down. So it doesn't have to be massive, just like I say, just starting to activate some of the muscles that's going to be working. We're squeezing the upper abs to peel the shoulders off the floor. So crunch rather than sit up. And then hip bridges, keep the shoulders and head down, lift your hips up, squeezing the bum, and lower back down. Squeeze the booty, squeeze the booty, squeeze the booty. Bum, 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 bum. Perfect. Modified burpees, roll over into plank. So walk your feet in towards a squat, stand up, hands back down, step into plank, maybe a little pause in the plank, step in and stand up. Repeat. Coming down to the floor, back, in and up. Oh, perfect. Come back to all fours. Getting that dynamic wrist stretch again. So palms down and fingers pointing towards you. As you're rocking backwards and forward. You might even want to try little circles of your body. Fingers forward, reach and thread. So we're doing the same exercises one more time through. And the aim is that you actually have hopefully felt your heart rate rise a little bit and your body temperature start to increase. So in the second round, we're aiming to hopefully increase the range of motion. So again, then we're really ready to work on your knees or on your toes, plank shoulder taps. Again, personally, when we're in the warm-up, I'll always take an easier option. Maybe a little longer pause instead. Just want to check that the hips aren't rocking around side to side or hips sagging like this. So keep your hips up and scooped underneath you. Perfect. Coming to cat-cows, arch your back, round the back. Stretch your back, stretch your abs. Hovers, scoot your knees in maybe a little bit closer this time. Tuck your toes, lift, hold. Maybe hold it a little bit longer before you tap down. Lift, hold, maybe a little bit longer. Anytime on the wrist, by the way, do spread your fingers and push into the fingertips so not all the pressure is going into your wrists. My little claw hands. Coming into your crunches. Again, maybe see if you can lift up a little bit higher so you really feel the squeeze of your abs. And maybe add just a small pause. Keep your hands forward as a counterbalance, or hands on opposite shoulders will be a little bit harder. Hip bridges, move the feet maybe a little bit further away from the bum, lift hips up. Maybe hold for a bit, maybe add a little pulses or so. Ooh, there's a bug. Is it a spider? What are you? It's miles away, thankfully. And if it is a spider, it is so tiny. In case you were worried about me, in case you're, oh my god, is she going to be okay? I'm going to be okay. Burpees, you can modify them again by stepping them out, or you might want to jump them in, jump them up, or just stand up and jump back. So you have to brace a little bit stronger as you catch. But up to if you need to take away impact or have no impact for any reason. Some people I find for their backs need to step back so they can jump in. So you see. How about take a little break? We are in. We're in. We are in. 5 exercises back to back to back. Only a small rest in between for you to basically say what's coming. And then get a 30-second break. Then we go again. I've got to try and remember how many sets we go through. We're starting off relatively easy for the first one. Almost think about an extension of the warm-up. I say relatively easy. I love a dead bug. It's almost as hard as you make it. So lying your back, knees over hips, hands over shoulders. Opposite arm and leg extends. And then resets. Switch. We're having no repeat today, so the only time if you ever see something repeated, there's be either a change of side. There's one where it's kind of make it bigger. That's it. Almost like the difference between say like a crunch and a sit up, like it's just a bigger exercise. Anyway, keep your lower back as close as you can to the floor during these. That is it. Ankle reaches, get your heels relatively close to the bum. Move away if you find your comfortably reach your, oh my god, comfortably reach your ankles. Crunch up. Reach your right arm towards your right ankle and left hand towards your left ankle, and keep bending side to side. Squeeze your side waist. Squeeze your side waist. So if you're finding again you're easily touching your ankles, move your feet further away rather than keeping it in close. What I see people do loads is swing fast. Can you do this quite slow? Add a pause and squeeze and contract your side a little bit harder. Squeeze, contract, squeeze, contract. Perfect. Crunch pulses. Support your head if you need, but if you can, just keep the chin tucked. Either hands on the legs or by the side of the legs, or hands on the shoulders. Lift up and go down a tiny bit. Lift up again. Lift and lift and lift and lift. So yeah, I said it's not easier, but the crunch pulse is relentless tension on your abs, so you should already start to feel a nice burning sensation. If your shoulders are tapping down, try and crunch up, lift it a little bit higher, make it really squeezy, because remember you only sit once. Another 3. Yes, perfect. Side plank hip dip. This is one of the variations we see. One side, then the other side, that's it. So shoulder, wrist, or hand under the shoulder. Knee can be down, you're going to lift your hips up and then tap your hip down towards the floor. Lift up again. Or you can be staggered feet, so top foot in front, or stacked feet, one foot on top of the other. Same thing, hip comes down towards the floor and then we lift it up. So you can go sideways as you think about bringing the hip bone in towards your ribs. It does also work your side bum and side leg and side ankle as well. Do drop the knee if you need. Switching side, if you want, you can transition through plank to open up the other way. Your hip comes down towards the floor, and then you lift and squeeze. Tap down all the way if you can, lift and squeeze. I say all the way, if you're on your hand, it's going to be much harder to get the hip all the way down towards the ground. Harder, not impossible, but much harder. So it might be that it doesn't come down as much. So see what's suiting. 8 seconds to go. Oh, perfect. Normally I'm always like get up in between rests, but it's all down on the ground today, so you can say that if you want. That's one set done. Am I correct in saying 30 divided by 5 is 6? I think it is. So it's 5 sets of exercises to go. We're going to be lying on our backs for the next one. Leg extension. So we'll start knees over hips. Press your hands on the floor by your side and start to extend your legs away, and then bring them back in. Let's go 1 leg or 2. So 2 if you can, and then pull in. Start bent leg, leg shoot outwards, and then in a bit like the dead bug, it's going to try and pull on your abs. You're resisting that. Lots of people try and shove their hand under the bum. Don't do that. Even if that means you get your legs lower. I would rather you do it one leg and don't come very far, but you're training stabilizing your spine. Negative sit-ups. We sit up, we go up quick, down slow, up quick, down slow. So if you need to, you can swing up. Hands can stay forward as a counterbalance, or hands on opposite shoulders. Curl your way down slow, 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 slow. Not so slow, it's only 20 seconds. If you can keep it strict on the way up, perfect. Slow. So think up for 1 and down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing up if you need to. Go down faster if you need to. But the main thing is I want the way down slower than the way up. Oh yes, perfect plank shoulder taps. We did this in the warm-up, so we're properly ready. You can be on hands or forearms, knees or toes, but I'd recommend if you're on toes, take your feet a bit wider than your hips. Find your brace, right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder. Switch. The temptation is going to be to twist into a bit of a side plank, and your challenge is to keep in plank position, so hips square to the floor. And if that means your knees are down, but your form is strict, do that rather than take the harder option and be rocking and rolling all over the place. 5 seconds to go. Perfect. Mountain climbers. Take a little wrist shake. Then you get that plank position on your hands, and then pull your knee in towards your chest. Switch legs. So if you can, you hop to switch your legs. So you're running, and if not, you take away the impact and you step. I often find the slower ones harder. Your shoulders should be burning here. If they're not, shift further forward. If your feet are sliding back, shift further forward. Or think about pulling in rather than pushing the ground away. So it's a pull, 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 pull. Perfect. Plank, hold this time. If your wrists are fatiguing, come to the forearms. Just hold a plank. Knees or toes. It's 25 seconds. Nose over knuckles. Tuck your tailbone under. I'd rather hips are too high, but you're not feeling it in your lower back, than hips too low. The world record plank is something like 9.5 hours. You can do 25 seconds. 10 more. If you feel your lower back, though, do take a break. Yes. Take a early break. That's 2 sets down. 4 sets to go. Good maths, Helen. If I did the first math right, if I did the first math wrong, I've really got up, haven't I? Scissor kicks, like that leg extension. You're going to be tempted to put your hands under your bum. Don't. Maybe dig the fingers down. I do recommend using your hands, pressing them down, but not as a wedge. Legs are going to cross under, over, under, over. Ready? Press the hands down. Lower the legs down as just a little as much as you need. Under, over, under, over. So the higher your legs are, the easier. The lower you go, the more pull. I tend to find if you go lower still, it's not always as challenging. So try and almost find that like 90, like a pivot point on when you're trying to use, oh my God, this is bad. Like a winch or something. You're trying to open something and you want that, yeah, I'm not getting it. Never mind. Toe taps, feet over hips. You crunch up, reach with the toes and lower back down. Crunch up, reach with the toes and lower back down. Your hamstrings may restrict this, so you may need to bend your knees. If you can't tap your toes, that's fine. Just go as high as you can. If you're super flexible, try not to just bring your legs towards you so you can just reach them without crunching. Do maybe reach away a little bit so you can get that full lift of the shoulders. I find toe taps so hard. Because they're right there because we only see them once. Perfect 100 abs. You've got choices. You can keep toes down the floor, 90 degrees with legs or legs extended. We're going to crunch up, reach arms out long, pump them up and down. Watch out for anything flopping around or wiggling around in the arms. Lock out right to the fingers. All your joints are locked out. Legs extended if you want. Toes down if you want. Breathe in, breathe out, try and crunch higher and pump faster. Perfect. Bent leg jackknife. Stretch out your legs, stretch out your arms overhead. Come up into a kind of V and you crunch in, pull it in, and you can stick with a crunch like this, You just curl your shoulders off, or you can sit up a little bit more. This one will be harder coming up onto your bum, and this one will be easier. So see what you need. If harder means you feel your back and not your abs, take it easier because it will actually be harder for your abs. Perfect. Windshield wipers. Open arms out wide to the side. Bring your knees in over your hips. And then keep your shoulders in and drop your knees side to side. Not all the way to the ground, so just have to feel your sideways pull and then reset. If you want more, come to the side, extend your legs or one leg, back to your middle, other side. If you want more again, keep your legs extended the whole time. Your shoulders, though, want to stay down. So try not to make it so you fully roll all the way off and roll all the way off. That's going to take away some of the tension from your abs. Perfect. Have a break. 3 down, 3 to go. 3 down, 3 to go. Oh yeah. How are the abs feeling? How are the abs feeling? We're doing that legs lowering again, and this time instead of scissoring like this, we're fluttering up and down. It's not a full leg raise like this. It's a flutter. So a few inches moving up, down, up, down. Lie down. Extend your legs. Press your hands under the floor, and we kick up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Point it towards a flex foot. Keep it strong. If you need to, bend your knees. Option to crunch up or not. The crunch up I find makes it easier to keep my lower back stable. So even though it's adding another dimension of the abs, I still find it easier. It's like harder and easier at the same time. You choose. But don't use your hands as a wedge. You can press them down, but don't shove them under your bum. Go 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Leg raises, similar thing. We're going to start that toe tap position, legs extended, and then start to lower the legs. And then lift them back up. So lower legs towards the floor and lift back up. Option 1 leg at a time. It's different to a leg extension. The leg extension we're bent and went out. This time it's long and lowering down. Don't wedge your hands. If you need to, make it really small. But don't wedge your hands under your bum. Or one leg or bent legs. Perfect. Russian twist, come sit up on your bum. Round your back. Lean back just as you can. You're twisting side to side. Twisting to right, left. Squeeze your abs to rotate. Option, higher if you need less. If you want more, you can extend your legs, or you can extend your legs like this. So you choose the one that suits you. Same thing, if you feel back, if you feel the wrong place, regress or take a break. It's blitzy. It's blitzy. Perfect. Shoot out. So we're going to start in this kind of Russian twist position. We're crunching in, and then we're going to shoot out, arms and leg, and then come back into that crunch. Shoot out, come back in. You might even want to push your legs away if you want to make it harder. Whoppa! And then come in. Whoppa! And then come in. As you come out, you want to check that you're not having your shoulders come all the way down. Keep them up in a crunch. So if you need less, one leg at a time. Oh, alternate V-sits or V-sits? Oh my god, I don't even know if I can do a V-sit right now. So, V-sit, you start in that lengthened position. You lift up arms and legs. Wow, I did it! Yes! Upper and lower together. Whoopah! However, if your abs feel a bit fatigued, one leg at a time. So you choose, and if you need to, the option, you know that bent leg jackknife, you can do that. Or what's called like a more of an L-sit, where you don't come up onto your bum, but you're still going with a straight leg. Ah, perfect. Have a rest. Oh, I've lost count. Is that 4 down? I'm hoping you might know now. 4 down, 2 to go. 4 down, 2 to go. 4 down, 2 to go. Oh, I can't remember. Can I read it? Can I read it? Can I read it? We're going to plank knee to same elbow. Oh my God. Yes. 2 to go. Low arm or higher. The knee comes around the outside towards your elbow. Back to plank, other side. So make it slow and make it like a rainbow because you're on the outside. So around underneath your body, knees quite high into the side. You're going to work the side bum as well as your side waist and your abs. If you need to, you're on your knee. And then you've got the option to do this exact same thing on your forearms. Round the outside, round the outside. Perfect. Plank hip dips. Plank again. This one I would recommend coming to the forearms if you weren't. Find plank and tap your right hip to the floor, through the middle, left hip to the floor. Little kind of pivoting through your feet. Right towards the floor, middle, left hip. And check you don't end up sagging hips lower, lower, lower. If anything, it's too high like a rainbow, and then dip too high. It's better than too low. Knees down if you need less. Feel the abs, shoulders, side waist. Oh my God. Reverse crunches. This is the one that goes smaller and bigger. Knees over hips. So you can just lift your tailbone away from the floor. Just a little lift and lower. Little lift and lower. It's a really small movement. So trying to get to just the bum lift without the knees coming towards your shoulders. So not pulling in and lifting a lot of your back. Try and keep your knees as close over your hips as you can, and just the bum just slightly peeling off. So it should start to feel your lower abs contract. So the next one, we're going to go bigger. So if you can bring your knees towards you and you lift up even higher. So you come in and crunch up like that. So you come in, crunch up. So a bit more muscle, less isolation, more abs. And by the way, you can make this harder by extending your legs. Can we do that the whole way? Yes, we can. So you're almost trying to lift up onto your shoulders. If you struggle, go back to the previous option. I actually find the previous option harder. Butterfly sit-up, soles of the feet together. Sit up, lower down. My personal preference is hands on opposite shoulders. As you come up, oh my God, this is getting hard. And lower down, up and down. So if you struggle with getting up, just take your arms behind you, swing up. But see if you can still do hands on shoulders all the way down. So assist if you need, but control on the way back down. Having your feet together and knees wider makes it much harder to sit up. So if you just stick with a crunch, stick with a crunch. So sit up also works quads and hip flexors, and we're just eliminating them by going knees wider. Have a rest. Oh guys, how you doing? And the final 5 exercises. I'm doing Duolingo. That's ragazzi in Italian. Oh, it's not going real well. But I know that one. High to low plank. So we'll be in high plank. We go down to low plank and push back up. Have a look in. When you go down, make sure you don't leave your hips in high plank. Bring them down. When you come up, don't just put your hands here. Bring them right underneath the shoulder. Up, up. And we go again. We go down. Have a little pause. Make sure your hips have come down with you and you're not still leaving them in high plank. Now put your hand exactly where your elbow is to push back up. So if you need to, onto the knees. Down to the forearms. Make sure your hips are down with you. Onto the hands are underneath the shoulders, not out in front. Couple more. I would say alternate your arms and legs. It's not the end of the world if you don't, because it's only 25 seconds. Perfect. Leg circles. Lie down your back. You lower your legs towards the floor, and then circle them wide and up. Yes, they lower down towards the floor, circle wide and up. So the smaller your circle, the easier it is. If you need to make it smaller, or you might find again that means you isolate your front body more than your back. If you want to put that crunch up, you can. Same option is to avoid wedging your hand under your bum. So nearly there, so nearly there. Squat thrust, come to high plank. On toes. And then jump or step your feet into crouch. You know that hover we did at the start? Come to there, and then back to plank. So you can step in if you want, and then step back. So the hover being your knees are close to the floor. So we're not coming to a full squat position. It's like a plank and a hover, plank and a hover. So you can shoot back and in, or you can step in and back. Whoppa. Keep your shoulders right forward over the wrists. We're so nearly done. So nearly over. Plank, opposite arm and leg lifts. This is hard. Your forearms on hands, I find this easier on hands. Take your feet wide. Shift your weight into your right hand. Lift your left arm. Lift your right leg. Oops. Switch. Right arm, left leg. Switch. Again, option to be on your knees. Trying to be knees down plank rather than in box if possible. Try not to open into side plank, but stay in plank. Got another 3 seconds. Hiya, yabba, hiya. I'll be finishing with burpees. That's it. Burpees are done, I think. Jump, step, but find plank. So hands to the floor, jump or step into plank, brace strong. Jump or step in, jump or stand up. I've not done loads of legs, so personally I'll be wanting to step in, pause it, step it in, stand it up. So the longer we have a little pause in the plank, the more you're going to work your abs and sit and abs workout. Seems like a pretty good idea to me. Done. Don't leave me yet. Stick around for the stretch. It's not long. Keep moving a little bit. Stretch shoulders. Right arm across. How was that? 4.5 minutes, that's it. If your time, less than 5 minutes to stretch, stick around. And if given that this is again for intermediate advanced, it means you're used to training. So you know the benefit of staying for a stretch. You know better than to turn it off and leave. We need shoulders because we work them a lot in all the planks. Oh dear. That was hard. For me, not as hard as I thought because I was showing regressions to switch arms. How's your abs? Do you feel? Oh, I hope so. Bam, 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 bam. Did you notice I just got like butterfly sit-ups? I don't find that offensive normally. That one, I was like, oh my god, they are tired. My abs are tired. Are you tired? Oh, they are. Side bend, reach upper bend. So you want to feel the stretch in the sideways. So we did the side planking, the knee to opposite elbow. Must work the obliques, but if a little bit more, take that same leg behind, and that will just increase the stretch a little bit to the side of the hip. Just an option. I know we did the obliques a little bit more. Oh, ankle reaches, the windshield wipers. Didn't time fly when you're having fun though? Answer's yes or yes. Switch sides, reach up a bend. You can maybe use your hand to help push the hip out a little bit more if you want. Options for that same leg to step behind. I think it's not back of my head. Come on, England. I'm so sorry if I have Is there another thing? Come on, Eileen. That's the one. Football stole it for a chant. I wonder if other countries do that, or is that just I just went, come on, England. Cat and cows. Do other countries they be like, come on? I can't think of any other country that sounds similar. I've only got cities. Oh, that's gonna be a fun one for me. Come on. I've got like Portugal, Italy, Germany, too long. So maybe it's just England that does that. Maybe you can tell me. Hip flexor stretch. Tip your right foot outside the right hand. Get the knee over the ankle if you can, and then just drop your hips. Feel the stretch in the hips. You can come up higher if you want. But the hips worked quite hard as well. Assisting muscle. Like every time we did all those leg raiser positions, they're working too. Every time they're pulling the knee in towards your chest, hip flexors. Switch your legs. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, dum, dum. Make sure the knees over the ankle, so not way out in front or way over the front, just so it's like super stable. We can just melt into the hips. That'd be an interesting thing. I had a thought. Wait for the next one. Child's pose. We were talking the other day. Someone saying they love when people do you just hear people do football chants, and other people are like, I hate it. I'm just curious how you feel. I love hate it. I can see everyone's having so much fun. That's so nice. But sometimes when you're over, if they just sound like a massive group or they sound really drunk, I'm like, oh god. Love hate. And just stretch your abs, just come forward, lie on your belly. You have your forearms underneath, or you can lift your elbows off the floor, feel a little stretch of your abs. Yes, perfect. Well, if there's any other stretching you would like to do, please do. But well done. Hopefully you enjoyed. Got any questions or feedback or anything? Do let me know. If you've got anything, say a few times if you're not sure about. Do ask. I've got the time at the moment. If I ever get to the point where I'm so busy, then I can hire someone else to ask. But I'd always love that you ask and ask for help if you can. Here if you need. Anyway, hopefully see you soon. Thank you for picking me to work out with.